Well, I'm going to call Eric.
All right.
I'm dialing him as we speak. All right. Got him dialed up. I'm sure Eric has a thought on Metal Church.
I'm sure he does.
Good eve.
Mr. Braverman.
Are we going?
We are going. You're live
Is
on
that easy? There's no pre-checkup?
No.
Just instantly on the air, big-time rock show, you're on the air?
Yeah, I know how you enjoy just coming right out the gate, and so we were trying to preface this by playing some of the new Metal Church featuring the second singer, Mike Howe.
I love it. He's actually good.
Well,
Badlands. I love the song Badlands.
Well, we were just playing the new 2015 version of Badlands.
Is it good?
It's actually very good.
Get down tonight.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we haven't had you on the show in a while, Eric, and, well, we were kind of looking forward.
I know you guys are coming out for Van Halen, right? Which one of you two is going to Van Halen this weekend?
I went last weekend.
And?
David Lee straightened up his act and wasn't doing all the goofy shit that he's been doing.
Wasn't he? People don't remember. I went to the US Festival, biggest concert in American history, and he did the same bullshit. It's awesome. That's right, get ready. Dun, 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 dun. I love all the controversy. It's like, even if it sucks, the best drummer, guitar player, and brotherly guitar player, drummer perform for you.
Right.
You ever talk to Alex Van Halen?
No, never have. I heard he's just kind of like an old grump.
You know what's funny? I love hanging with those guys. I'll never forget a night of killing an honor bar with Edward Van Halen. Wait a minute. Where's Chris Aiken?
I'm here. I'm
Okay.
right here, Eric. What's going on?
All right, so we had an honor bar in, I'll never forget this. Akron, Ohio at the Rubber Bowl. Is the Rubber Bowl still there, Chris?
I think the hole is still there, but I don't use it anymore.
What's up with you and talking about holes? God, I listened to that Dawkins episode, and you just said something about a bad hole like 20 times in a row. All right.
I chase pussy, man. What do you want?
Good. All right, so I got 12 topics. You can just pick 1 through 12, or just whatever. Or if you guys had something lined up, I'm ready.
Well, we were waiting for you to regale us with a list of your choice, because I know you've got a lot going on since we haven't talked to you in a while.
All right, let's go.
I'll take number 5, Alex.
Okay, I love it. Let's go down. Number 5, Michael Beck, Red Dragon Cartel. He consulted with me before going on that tour, and you saw how it all turned out. You're welcome. How about just that one?
Why
Michael
doesn't that
Beck has
band
a
just call it
studio
a
in
day?
Phoenix. What?
Why doesn't that band just call it a day?
That's what you guys are supposed to tell us. All I know is Michael Beck came to me. He's here in Phoenix. His wife is a good friend of mine. He asked about some business stuff. How should he handle it? What about contractually? And then he went here and dealt with those nuts, and then just decided, I guess, to sing different songs at different times than what they were playing. That's how good my consultative powers are. I mean, it's just a proud... All right. You've got, let's see, we're 5. What's our next
Well,
one?
before you get too far, Eric, I need your metal expertise here.
Good.
What is the problem with Jakey Lee and having a solid lineup and caring about putting on a good show? I mean, this guy has a legacy, 30-plus years, and he's ready to piss it all away because he has one poor show after another?
First of all, I even saw him on his original tours with Ozzy, so I always thought he was great. And when I met him, like, how do those hands get all the way around a fretboard? Because he had doll hands. But I think if you've gone through Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne and then Badlands and the way the record industry is now, and then the pretend manager lady, quasi-girlfriend, I don't know, that's running everything, I don't know if he even cares. It's just about where's my next pack of Marlboros coming from.
Wow.
I mean, the Michael Beck debacle, just looking at, I was like, so how are they hiring you? What's the contractual agreement here? What's happening? It was like, I mean, damn. I've had clearer, Chinese menus in Beijing that I can interpret quicker. So it was just funny that he was all worried about doing a good job, and then he just sang other songs. I just think that's... He didn't appreciate me bringing that up either. I was like, dude, you negotiate as good as you sing. What the hell? All right, pick another number. Let's go.
Chris?
Number 8.
Oh, my God, I love it. I love it. This is what I was going to save as the crescendo, because you guys are like the Mad Max of heavy metal journalists. If tonight we know there's a nuclear meltdown, the core is melting down, the three of us and 3 whores, male or female or midget or whatever, I know Chris is a big guy, he needs a team, we fly somewhere in the world to see one band. Is there any band left worth this? We're flying over lava. It's the end. Who are we going to go see?
Linkin Park.
You know what? You obviously don't have a mother or a father, sir, to say that to me.
You're a son of a whore, Chris.
I didn't even say that. I was thinking more like whatever the plot of Freddy Krueger is. 10,000 maniacs from an asylum rape your mom. You don't even know what the hell's going on. All right. Is there a band that's worth, like Van Halen? Awesome, but I'm not really. Where Michael Anthony? You can't call that guy. They don't got his phone number. It's a phone call. Michael Anthony's done station IDs for heavy metal television. He can't fly to Cleveland and do a couple of songs. Am I old-fashioned? Who do we send? It's the ultimate. The lava's coming. The nuclear radiation's coming down. The asteroid's hitting. Chris has his second bout of Ebola. And we are going to one last concert. Who is worth flying to see?
Good Lord.
Give me something.
I would say Priest, but they bored me last time I saw them.
Dude, when I was watching Priest, they were showing a video thing behind them, and when they showed like an album cover, it wasn't even the right song.
Yeah.
And then for some reason, they think that someone in the audience wants to hear Turbo.
Yep.
There's not one person.
Yeah, but
there's not one person that goes, "Oh, they didn't play Turbo."
But you'd be surprised. There's guys that love that album. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. I hate Ram It Down and Nostradamus a whole lot worse.
All right, good. I guess there's no band to go see. Pick a next number. Just spin the wheel. There's nothing, people.
3.
Start drinking Comet.
3.
Oh, my God, I love 3. 3 is just real easy. It's the third anniversary of heavy metal television, which we put 20% of our efforts to classic metal. And we're having a video host audition contest next weekend, which is being judged by Greg Hall of Sacred Reich and a renowned metal journalist from our area, and Alan Niven, the guy that got Motley Crue signed and then got Guns N' Roses signed and then managed Guns N' Roses. And the winner is going to get to go to 50 concerts, which they should just be my +1, so they have a really good time. Like covered in vomit and people like throwing hot glass at you and shit. But I'm going to let them go their own. But 50 concerts, which includes Van Halen, Motley Crue, Prong, Slipknot, hooking people up. 50 concerts.
Now, do they have to make their own way to the concert, or do you pave their way as well?
Well, if they come, they have to come to the video hosting audition. So if they come here, I don't think I'm going to have to fly them too far, but we're going to make deals because it's going to get crazy.
Well, are these 50 concerts in different parts of the world, or are they all in just one?
You know what? People like me as much as they hate me. So Live Nation plus all our local promoters said, I can have tickets for every concert that I want till I fulfill this. So these people might go to a Grace Potter concert. They might go to a Sons of Leon. I don't know. They might just want to go see, like, you know, bands that come through town that you like, a Saxon or a Dokken or something on the classic metal show. I'm not sure how it's going to pan out. I just have it laid out. So if they want to go to 50 concerts, I'm going to hook that up over the course of however long that takes.
Okay.
All right, my original thing was, why don't we put out, they get to go to a concert once a week for a year.
Right.
But, you know, there might be 1 week where nothing's in town, though, but a White Lion reunion. Do you want to push somebody onto that? You know, you don't want to charge them as one of their 50. All right. How we doing? We need to play a song from the V album yet?
No.
We've given her tons of press and exposure over the last couple of months, so
I'm just trying to make sure, because, you know, she's a friend of ours, and we deal with her a lot, and the only reason we deal with her is because of you guys.
Right.
And she is flakier than an explosion at the Kellogg's factory.
Well, Chris...
Like, oh, my God, my hair's full of Applejack.
Right, well, Chris
Well, we must have dealt with Veronica Freeman, because I am covered in Rice Krispies.
Well, Chris is her webmaster, so he deals...
Yeah.
He deals
probably talks to him. He's in the show business loop. I'll tell you what, her thing tells you everything about show's business. She looks good, she's a nice person, and I really think she sings great. And that latest album has really good production and all the different people that helped her. And, like, I think the whole thing's already all over.
Yeah, Frontiers is not exactly working hard to help her.
Oh, my God, those. Well, they're from Italy, which, i.e., mafia. Thank you. Laundering mafia money. Not exactly worried about Stryper and Ted Nugent. Just how much of this mafia money can we launder, Luigi? I don't know, Guido. Let's put another $2 million in, and we'll pretend that we're spending some of it on Foreigner. Or whatever band. I don't even know what bands they have. I don't know.
You were on with, I don't think Foreigner, but I think they have all those other ones.
Something like that, right?
I think Chicago's last album was
there you go.
On
like, shouldn't you be able to go somewhere and drive to someone's house and ring the doorbell and go, what the hell's going on? All right, what's cool is that kills number 7. All right, so let's next number. 1 through 12.
12.
Oh, man. Whoa. All right. Well, 12 we already talked about because it was Van Halen. I was getting ready to fly out to my next Van Halen show. I've been going and doing some counseling and just, you know, that's why the set list is all pretty good. So I told him straight out, this is what the set list is going to be. We'll put the whole thing on the kid. We'll tell everybody he wrote the set list. And just, you know, Dave, if you could kind of follow along, it'd be totally cool. And then Dave just looks at me and goes, upside down blue house with a Twinkie looks like an old stop sign. And I'm like, you know, if I didn't love him, I'd probably just start stabbing him with anything that's like, not even sharp shit. Like just stabbing him with like legs of chairs and shit. And then he comes back in, because, you know, I spent a week opening up for him where he did his own thing with the Atomic Punks, and then I was the opener that did a beauty contest, which I thought would be a good opening act. And every time he'd come in, they were like, don't look at Dave, Evie. I'm like, all right. And then he'd come into my room and be like, hey, what's happening, Wolfman? You know what? If you have pastrami in a house looking like a chicken upside down with the Terminator, get down tonight, Motown. Like, I'm rolling with that. Going with it.
Well, I saw him last week at Tinley Park.
Love it. Remember when that was called the World Theater?
Yes, it's changed names.
I love that name.
Every year.
Cooler.
But he actually, you know, I've seen him a couple of times over the last few years, and he actually stuck with the way the songs are supposed to go, and he didn't do the whole
Why?
vaudevillian thing, and he wasn't up there swinging a sword around and.
Boo. So you got gypped that night?
No, actually, I was pleasantly surprised.
Well, you know what? I saw him on Van Halen 2, on a rotating stage with 1,200 people. And I saw him at the US Festival in the first row, of course, being served and stuff. And I just thought that was like his thing. You could go home and listen to the albums, but he did this thing. And then behind him, he had the 3 baddest dudes like ever. So it just didn't matter because they were so overcompensating. And now people have the internet to scrutinize everything. And by the way, if I could just fly around and go to people's houses or on Blabbermouth every day and just take like a brick or a toolbox and smash their mother's head flat so it's just like a pizza connected to a body, that'd be awesome. Because none of these people get it. Like, he's always been like that. He's just a little less like kicking the ceiling because he's older. He can't, like, he used to kick like lights above the stage and shit.
He used to be better, though, Eric. I saw him in '84.
He's old. And look at, you mentioned Judas Priest before. I went to Judas Priest with 40 people. I talked to the whole band. We had a great night. And then as the show's going on, I was literally like, come on, Rob. He can't do what he used to be like gnarly till it was like supernatural.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't that.
We've seen some bad shows with Halford, too, where he just was, all slow moving and doing that dumb robot thing and whatever.
I don't mind that, but I like him to hit those notes that were that shrieking, like, end of Sinner and stuff like that.
I don't know, man. I mean, the difference, though, is at least even when he's not trying to hit the notes, he's at least putting words where they belong, sort of. When we saw Roth 2 years ago at Rock USA in Wisconsin, I don't even know if he knew what songs they were singing. He was just fucking making up gibberish. He was like Vince Neil.
Whoa. Ouch. No, I hear you. I used to think that, though, when I was a kid. I just sat there going, what the hell's he doing? Who the other guilty party of that more than anyone ever is Keith Richards.
Right.
You go to a Rolling Stones concert, you're watching it, you're listening to everybody, and then halfway through you go, what the hell's he doing? He's like the worst guitar player of any human, not even trying. It's just all about the Marlboro.
Right.
So, are you guys going to AC/DC at Wrigley, or is that too well to attend?
I'm not going.
I won't be going.
Wow. So the 3 of us have blown. That's how bad it is, man.
Well, that album stinks. I sort of liked the album at first, but boy, did it wear off fast.
It's crap.
It's like AC/DC trying to sound like AC/DC.
It's just craptastic.
Yeah.
Their engine's been failing a little while, and, my whole thing of not going is, how the hell it's like Jeff Hanneman. I went to see, which was a number on here, so we'll have to take off number 4. I went to the Mayhem Fest the other day.
Okay.
And I was just about to watch Slayer, which I haven't seen. Even though I go to all their shows, I haven't seen them
right.
with Gary Holt yet, because why would I do that? I told them to get Edward Van Halen, call Yngwie Malmsteen. Let's just get a different person in here every tour, every album, and then not even have a member, because what? And then they fucking get Gary Holt, who's borderline retarded. No big deal. You guys have probably talked to him.
Yeah.
Borderline. And, like, why? It's like, dude, you sell a tapestry in every head shop on earth. Like, that's enough. But as we were walking with Tom to his dressing room, we're walking by the the stage entrance, and the intro music is on. And, and I had something to say to King. So whatever, I want to get my bit. And then he leans over to Tom Araya and puts out his hand and goes, Tom Araya, hello, I'm King Diamond. Tom looks at me. I look at him. We both kind of like look at my wife and then maybe like a lamp. We don't even know what to look at. And then he, it's like he didn't know who the hell the guy was. It was awesome. So,
you didn't know who King Diamond was?
Yeah, King Diamond. No, King Diamond. I don't know what King Diamond didn't think that Tom knew who he was.
Was he in makeup?
Oh, yeah. King goes to the show in makeup. Like, he doesn't he gets out of the van, he's already in that suit and shit.
Oh, nice.
We got a real weird personal relationship with him, by the way. I mean, the guy that made the heavy metal television logo does all his artwork. Plus, I've gone on a couple King Diamond tours in the 80s. I went on the Abigail tour, which are saying they're going to recreate now. But that was just a funny classic metal show moment. Hello, Tom Araya. I am King Diamond. Hi. And he puts his hand out, and I'm like, what the hell? Do you not know me?
Right. Now, King Diamond might be one of those if the world was ending to go see. I'm not a huge fan of his music, but he does put on a killer show.
Oh, I thought he was good, and they really did play good. I have a guy that works with us who knows about every kind of music. He wrote the Burt Bacharach coffee table book, for instance. He has no idea what the hell Slayer even is. He is asked by our giant newspaper here, the Arizona Republic, to review the show. He goes to the show, calls over here, because I was already home. I was home before Slayer started playing, I was home. Like watching my own Slayer DVDs and smoking some rope. And it's just funny that he calls me up and goes, King Diamond is amazing. All these metal bands suck. They're stupid. This is so good, and this guy was so good. And I'm like, all right, write a good review. And by the way, those bones he had are real human bones. The bones that make up his mic stand thing, which are two bones crossed, those are real human bones.
Nice.
Wow. That's what my quote was in the newspaper too, which I thought was good.
Right. All right, Eric.
Where are we?
Well, let's go to number one.
Did you have anything? Did you guys have anything you needed me to address before I pulled this, gambling thing off, or are we good?
No, we're good.
Okay.
Well, let's go with number one.
Wow, this is an easy one. I've been working on this is Facebook, so I know you guys control it. What the hell's up with Facebook? Can anyone call us or email us? I should have about 300,000 likes because I looked up tacos, and tacos had like 150,000 likes. I'm thinking tacos can't even ask people to like them. They're just little tortillas with some meat in them. So every time I get close to 10,000, 10,000 is all, thanks, they start drawing it back and then asking me for money. So is it just me, or is it everybody uses Facebook? Is this being controlled by a zombie radioactive plan? Or
no, they just did in May, I think it was. They just did a sweep, and anybody that hadn't visited your page in the last 3 months, in the last 90 days, they just swept them off your fucking page. So they don't like you anymore.
I mean, you should have more than I do. It's like, what are you...
The problem is we don't care.
We're so how does Guacamole? Guacamole doesn't care. Look up Guacamole's Facebook page. It has like 219,000 likes. It's just smashed up avocados.
Dude, that's because people are stupid. Dumbbells are on Facebook, and that's okay. Dummies are thinking, ooh, guacamole, let me see if I can find some information on Facebook, and then they just like anything that shows up.
All right. I just felt bad that I wasn't as good as a smushed avocado.
Dude, but what does it matter? Fucking Sebastian Bach has 300...
My
Sebastian
ego.
Bach has 300,000 likes, and he can't sell 1,000 records.
Who?
Sebastian Bach.
Oh, okay, I get it.
He literally went to the media to complain. Wait. How can I have 300,000 likes and only sell 1,100 records or whatever he sold?
I love that quote. Sebastian Bach's in the same accounting office with us. We run into each other all the time.
Who has more money, you or them?
You just cleared everything. Who has more money, him or us?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. I think our accountant would say that we act like we have more. Because he's always freaking out. He kind of freaks out about money.
Well,
and he,
dude,
the dumbest thing in their life is that the guys in Skid Row are so delusional and stupid that they can't just call him up and do like what Carrie and Tom do, or what James and Lars do, or what anybody do, or what Tony Iommi and Ozzy do. And it's like, it's a business, okay? Yeah. Like, do you think for a minute that James Hetfield would call Lars Ulrich up and say, do you want to go duck hunting with me?
No.
It's not even a possibility in this. He's going to call you guys first. So
right.
it just gets weird. Like, it's funny that he gets part of this conversation, but it's one phone call, and those guys, like, quadruple their money on both sides.
Mm-hmm. Well, did you see that Sebastian is selling tickets to his wedding reception?
Me and you two get complimentary tickets if you'd like to attend that.
I wouldn't want to. Why would I want to attend that?
Because she's pretty hot, and I think we could pull her from him. Like, pretty easy. Like, by the end of the night, it's like, hey, Sebastian's, over there talking to his old buddy, whatever, Tracy Guns. And we got her over to the, champagne table, and she's blowing everybody.
Wow.
Nice.
But if you want to go to the thing, oh, yeah. We could probably, me and you, seriously, we each one of us, we only have to pay $150 max. The 300's gone, $150.
I wouldn't pay $1.50, Eric, to be honest with you.
Because you can afford it. Some of us don't get to hang out with, which is our next number on our thing, because I got funny stories too, Dawkins, which I didn't know you were their tour manager. So I listened to that whole show. And I was going to turn on, I like to listen to a couple of minutes, see what you guys are up to. But I'm like, the hell with that. It sounds to me like it's leading up to where you're responsible for something.
It's sometimes.
I'm like, is somebody going to yell at Neely because he wasn't at the airport?
Right.
In Cincinnati to drive this guy to Akron or whatever the hell. But yeah, that was good shit. The funny, quick story. There was this Monsters of Rock tour years ago.
1988.
Here in America.
Yep, 1988.
And I'm like, I'll go to some. And I think this one was in Akron, too, at the Rubber Bowl.
At the Rubber Bowl, yeah.
I was at it.
Sitting in Metallica's dressing room. I've already been told by the Scorpions that I was going to have to fly home because they thought I was trying to videotape young girls with them to bribe them, or blackmail them, with their wives. So it was already getting ugly. And I'm sitting in Metallica's dressing room. Mick Brown comes in, sits down with them. The bottom half of his face was covered in either flour or cocaine. I think it was cocaine. And then we're in the backstage, and there's locker rooms, right? So there was lockers all along the thing. He just jumps up from the stool all of a sudden while we're talking and drills his head into one of those things and puts the locker door in half, bends this piece of metal in half with his head. And he's going to play right then. I'm like, whoa, ouch. I knew Akron was going to be tough because that was one of the only 2-night stands of the tour was in Akron.
Mm-hmm.
Of course. And there's my Dawkins story. And then my other story is the guitar player guy. He lives here in Arizona.
Right, George.
And it's another thing, he can't just call up Don Dawkins and go, dude, let's just do a quick 25 shows.
Dude, it wouldn't matter. He can do that. Don will say no.
What? Why?
Because there's no benefit to Don.
Really?
None.
Oh, so if George Lynch is there, there's not 12 more people?
It doesn't matter. It's not the number of people. It's what the contract would be because Frontiers recently offered them $1 million, $1 million to do a tour. But the thing is if you split it 4 ways with Don, Mick, George, and Jeff, Don makes the same amount of money touring as the entity that is Dawkins right now. So there's no benefit to it.
This is the most educational music program in the world.
Because they're pulling between 16 and 20,000 a show now. Don is the sole entity owner of the Dawkins Enterprise. So everybody, even including Mick, is a paid employee because Mick sold his percentage of Dawkins.
Hey, by the way, quick interruption. Last time I saw Mick Brown, he stopped by to say hi to us at the Judas Priest Redeemer of Souls tour. Thank you.
All right, and he sold his percentage back to Don.
Okay.
So
I don't know. I think they're one of the most underrated of those type of bands, Sunset Strip or whatever you call it. Maybe absolutely at the top of the most underrated of those bands. Poison or Bon Jovi or Van Hagar or all kinds of stuff, but we play some Dokken.
Sure.
Every day.
But think about it, Eric. If you were him and you could make $250,000 in a year, but you had to deal with some asshole that you hate, or you could make the same $250,000.
That's what my question. So that's the answer. That George Lynch is such an ass that they can't do it.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to say that George is or that Don is or whatever. Those two guys do not get along at all. It doesn't matter who's the guilty party; they just don't get along.
All right, there you go. This is the educational program.
Yeah, and the thing is if you catch Don on a bad night, he might punch you in the face.
Like that wife.
I would love that. I'd let him. It'd be awesome. Just boom, shit, and then Don Dokken punched me in the face.
Right.
Broke my cheekbone. Well, I just had some run-ins with them because of Q Prime, and when Flotsam and Jetsam was on Elektra, they were on. So there was like... What?
I said they were on Elektra too, yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying there was things where we overlap things. Like we'd go somewhere and they'd be invited to that party. Or they'd want us to do a showcase with every band from Elektra or whatever. I just thought they were an underrated band of the genre. And I see this George Lynch playing bullshit shows here in Phoenix to pick up $300 or whatever he's doing.
Right.
And I think he's really a good player. And I always wonder that. It's like guys can't bury the hat. It's like the Skid Row thing. Like, really? It's just weird. Because I know bands that hate each other's guts beyond belief. Like, it's crazy. Like, the contract even says you can't look at my side of the stage.
Wow.
But they go out and they either do it for the money or the fans. All right, next thing.
All right, how about...
I threw the piece of paper away. You guys were just I'm already learning so much.
All right, how about number 7?
I don't need my list. My next thing was Trump. Is Trump not the most potentially heavy metal president ever?
I agree. I like him. I like the fact that he's
like an Aussie.
He's got a lot of fuck you money, so he doesn't have to be sensitive to people of special interests.
Yep.
I also think he's a president's going to get elected and then make up his mind per thing. He's not going to be conservative or liberal or whatever. He'll be like, well, that's stupid.
Well, the thing is he doesn't have to kowtow to anybody because he's not looking to raise funds to run for the presidency.
Yeah.
I mean, you
notice how he mixes these heavy metal kind of iconish, especially New York people, into his show here and there, which he gets paid a lot. He's had like Dee Snider and Scott Ian, and he's just so totally. I love it. I didn't know if Chris was already out making signs or. Yeah, that's right. I was like, man, Chris Aiken's making a sign right now.
Right.
Donald Trump.
I would vote for Trump over anybody else that's running right now. That's for damn sure.
Well, there you go. Next one was, have you guys met an Anthrax fan yet?
An Anthrax fan?
Yeah, have you guys met one yet?
It's
a big bone of contention in our office.
That there's no Anthrax fans?
Well, we've never played an Anthrax video on heavy metal television in 2.5, 3 years, and our accountant does Anthrax and Scott Ian individually and his wife. So it got, there's been some choppy waters where people come in, whether it's Anthrax's manager, Anthrax's agent, could be Charlie. Well, how come we're not on heavy metal television? So I'm still looking for a fan that might corroborate. Maybe we should play one of their videos.
I'll say that I like them, as I like their music, but I'll also say that Scott and Charlie are both dicks.
You mean like personally to you?
Yeah, I've had nothing but the only guy I ever really got along with in Anthrax was Bush.
What about Frank? Frank's nice, isn't he?
I've met Frank, but the times I've met Frank were always the shake hands, how you doing?
All right. I just thought he had the most attractive. He had the most attractive wife of any of the heavy metal players, so I thought maybe
I met Spitz and watched him look north and east at the same time.
All right, good. All right, we're not going to play any Anthrax then. We're going to continue that trend into our 4th year.
Right.
which I think is one of the greatest things about heavy metal television.
Is that one of your advertisements, Eric? Heavy metal television. We don't play Anthrax.
Oh my God, 100% Anthrax free. I'm writing that down. We're making a bumper tomorrow.
I like that.
100%
Anthrax free. Right.
Oh my God, that's just
heavy metal television and Anthrax free zone.
Let's get back to everything. We were going to go with telling people that Judas Priest would be a good, like there's still like the power there. It's still great. Is there any bucket list or the day the lava comes out of Yellowstone? We can go to one concert. And remember, I didn't go to Slayer. It was one point. It was so close to my house that at one point when I was done talking to Tom, I just walked out of the venue and walked to a grocery store and bought a steak and a bottle of whiskey and walked the rest of the way home. Instead of even watching the show. That's it was not 2 miles from my couch, and I didn't watch Slayer. Wow. So I'm just trying to think, is there anything? I did hear a little excerpt from the new Iron Maiden. That could be good. But they're promising to bring Janik on this tour. So it's like, what do I have to do? I sent them a lawn chair. I sent them a lazy boy. I sent them this inner tube thing that you can put in a pool and sit on it and connect it to a hose, and then it puts mist on you while you're sitting in the tube. And that's all he needs to do during the show, guys. And it would be awesome. It cannot be satanic with Janik. So I'm just lost. I just look at the classic metal show as the cul-de-sac or the dead end of all this music we've talked about. Is there another band coming? Could somebody call me?
I don't think there's a new band. I mean, you know what? No, because there's a bunch of good new bands that are out there, but they're so small and none of them are getting any kind of ramp up. Like Havoc is a band. I love that band Havoc. I think
we play Havoc. We play Havoc.
Yeah, aren't they from Arizona, I think?
No. But they're Hispanic enough close by.
I think they're from Colorado.
There you go. Thing. That's touching our state. And, they sound good. They play good. We play their videos. When they came to our town with a very good promoter, I don't think there was barely 200 people.
Yeah, well, and that's the problem. There's no band coming up that's getting any kind. Look, the biggest band that's quote-unquote metal, and you'll argue all day that this is not metal, and I know it, is Hailstorm. That's as close as it comes to a band that's getting success and is out playing on metal festivals. I mean, what, Bullet for Your Valentine or whatever?
That chick, what's her name? Lizzie
Hale.
Fuzzy Hale. Has she done a naked photo shoot yet?
Boy, would I like that.
Call her. I'm thinking, why would they resist that? And, when they came to town recently and opened up for a really weird band. I can't remember what it was. Brad Paisley or just something insane where you're like, what? Hailstorm's playing with that? But if Hailstorm played my town, I don't think they would have those older, the classic metal bands that had a record label. I don't think she'd be playing any local anything. I mean, maybe 1,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's it. I mean, what is big right now? Bullet is big, I think, aren't they?
I want to give you that. She sings real good.
Yeah, I mean, who's the big metal band right now? Asking Alexandria? Emery?
Ouch.
I mean, that's where we're at. There's not a big band that's, Black Veil Brides? I don't even know. I have no idea.
Wow. So there's no way, because this is where we, the regular people, go to ask these questions.
Yeah, I mean.
And you're just coming up, you just came up with vomit and decaying rotten chicken breast. Something really? Those are the two? Black Veil Brides and Asking Alexandria and Hailstorm?
Yeah, and Emery? I don't know.
Vagina Fest 2017. It's just going to be in a big vagina. Everyone we can fit in this vagina. We'll get to see Asking Alexandria, Bullet for My Valentine, and Hailstorm tonight performing in a vagina.
It seemed 5 years ago, if you'd asked me the same question 5 years ago, I would have swore that it was going to be Trivium that was going to be the breakout band. But man, what happened to them? They just went nowhere.
And they just put out an album with the stupidest cover I ever saw.
Is it out? I haven't even heard it. I know they had that one album, something Crusade, that sounded like a Metallica album. It was kick-ass.
That's like, still, that's a couple years back now. Their new thing, I just got the press kit on it. Yeah. It was like an album cover of like a Chinese girl covered in milk holding a guitar.
Oh, boy.
And then the song was like not their best shit. It's not like, all right, whoa.
Right.
It's none of that anymore where you bring home Peace of Mind and you put it on, you start listening to it, and halfway through it, you're like, whoa, let's start it over before the half's even done.
No.
It's just it's a weird thing. That's okay because...
That's the thing, too, Eric. There are a lot of bands that are making good music, but they're not getting any traction. Like, I like that band Cataclysm. They're like my favorite.
Yeah, we play them.
Anything that's sort of new.
Yeah, we play them.
But they're too heavy for most of the faggots out there that stop at Hailstorm.
I thought we weren't supposed to use the faggot term anymore.
We use faggot. We use faggot liberally here on the Classic Metal Show, and we're proud of it. And we're proud of it.
I always tell the gay folks we know, it had nothing to do with you. We're just trying to put down our friend.
Right.
All right?
Right.
It has nothing to do with you and you rubbing some penises together. We don't even care. We don't even get it. And I'm so about like gay rights. I mean, I remember the night when the Gay Liberation Front took my mom and dad hostage, and they called me. This is scary, right? And they called me and said, "This is Gay Liberation Front. We've got Paul and Veronica Braverman. If you'd like to see them alive again, you'll be blowing all of us." Wow. And I just said, "Hey, could you put them on the phone so I could say goodbye?" There was no let's floss with a penis. I never got that. I'm all for it. I don't care. And then also, I think we should have a Classic Metal Show heterosexual pride parade through Cleveland or Chicago or both. Like, why don't we get a heterosexual parade? I've never seen one.
Would you really want to?
Kind of, sort of. I think there'd be some free food and people would give us stuff and they'd line the streets. And you'd be like, I'm totally hetero. I'm not wearing a tutu, just my normal, just wearing some pants.
Right.
So, yeah, that whole, I'm still trying to figure out that whole, I don't get it.
Well, what do you else?
Maybe when President Trump is in power.
Right.
We'll have fairer parades.
Should that be one of his platforms?
What else do we care about? There's 60,000 nuclear warheads laying around that the three of us could go take a U-Haul, bribe a guy for $30, nuke Cleveland, probably make a nuclear winter because so much shit would burn in Cleveland. So people obviously don't care about anything.
They care about.
They don't care about anything.
They can care about Cecil the lion getting blown away or the Confederate flag.
Well, I'm worried that's just fun. Because what's funner than getting this dentist out and whacking him for killing a lion? That's just funny. And I love that he could have just went around Minnesota and hunted all kinds of shit and just shot the hell out of it. Just anybody, different nationalities, squirrels, old people, just anything. He went to such great lengths, he probably would have just got away with it. But he went all the way to Africa and gave someone $50,000 and then dragged the thing out of the thing. I mean, God, clearly a special person. Dr. Palmer, this week in heavy metal history. But that is funny. All the people are outraged. There's all this screwed up stuff going on in the world. And these people kill a lion that they didn't know. Jimmy Kimmel cried. Can you imagine the three of us crying right now about somebody whacking a bobcat? Jimmy Kimmel's crying right now. Does he not know about the state of just chemicals seeping into his baby's body His baby's probably going to grow an extra penis or something in the next 2 years from all the chemicals dredging through Los Angeles. And he cried about a lion that he didn't know.
Got him good ratings, though.
Yeah, no wonder Sarah Silverman left his ass.
Let's cry right now. Let's get some onion and just rub it in our eyes and let's get some ratings of a classic metal show. An onion was shot. It was poached. Illegal onion shooting, and we're pretty broken up. Hashtag Sammy the Onion. Like, God, what the hell? All right, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I'm sure you guys are waiting right now for Nigel Glockner to call. I don't want to...
Glockner. About his new project outside of Saxon?
Yeah, or whatever he's doing. The guy's awesome.
He's got a project. He has a project outside of Saxon.
Yes. He was just here and played on a Tuesday night for like 11 people in Arizona with just like some local bands. I didn't even know what they were doing. And, yeah, he was all good. I think you guys should call him. You should call him right now.
How about no?
To ask him, what. I just think we're still working on it. We could look at our Facebook pages or whatever. Can somebody tell us a band to go see? We have our last bag of Quaaludes we were saving. We've got some old Acapulco Gold. I've got a little bit of meth in a blue bag. I got some joints that we dipped in heroin. We could smoke them. We made some Sherm joints out of formaldehyde. We're ready to go. We've been saving this stuff. Where are we flying? And then we walk out of there and go, we saw the last awesome metal show.
I don't think we're going anywhere. I think we're going to our DVD collection.
It's all right. Well, cool. We're going to some strip club you guys approve of.
Right. The only one I can even remotely think of, Eric, and seeing them is not uncommon, but I think the only show that I could even think of, last show ever, I would think it would have to be Iron Maiden.
Yeah. I was only mad at them a couple years ago. It was about 10 years ago, right when Bruce got back, where they did those shows where they played like more than half the concert with songs that they were just forcing. And That was just sick. I remember getting up and yelling a couple times, play an Iron Maiden song! I was screaming at them. And then we made that sign, play some classics, and Bruce just tore it up, and he threw it so hard that we got like a little paper cut on our ear. And this cardboard thing he threw back. I'm like, dude, it's supposed to be funny. Play the classics. Really? We're paying you. Yeah. But yeah, I would probably have to agree with that pretty well.
Sabotage?
Sabotage just played whacking with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Hail to the Mountain King. I just think too fat,
Well, Eric.
Look how fat that guy is.
Eric. Venturing away from the classic metal and metal thing, I attended an Air Supply concert.
Yeah, I read that.
And I actually asked the Air Supply dudes, the original two dudes, the Graham Russell and Russell Hitchcock, if they would possibly consider throwing in a Slayer or a Testament cover during the set.
They could do it.
And they said that they would have to get a few drinks in them before they would do that.
That's all you need. Did you even get them to do like a station ID for you guys?
No, I didn't.
That'd be the best. You're listening to the Classic Metal Show. You can't get on those dudes just from that. Their most famous video ever, like Nothing at All.
Right. Making love out of nothing at all. Yeah.
Go watch that thing. Like you'll probably get up and clap at the end of it, like the whole romance and the blonde guy's chick and back and forth and just get down tonight. Air Supply. I think Air Supply would be good. Like those two together still doing shows is, I think, more legitimate than Slayer.
Right. Air Supply, more legitimate than Slayer.
It's our third bumper sticker. It's our third bumper sticker tonight.
There you go.
No, you got, just last thing is, for God's sake, send us some classic metal show swag to give away through our third anniversary extravaganza going on for the next.
I just got them yesterday, Eric. It landed on my porch yesterday, so I got 50 new shirts and some hats and stuff. So I will send
those. And then we just are picking up new heavy metal television, which on the back written in the fonts of all the favorite classic metal bands like Slayer and Iron Maiden and Testament and Metallica and all that. It says, "Thank you, Satan." Heavy metal television on the front, "Thank you, Satan" on the back, in a ransom note looking letters of the bands that you guys pretty much endorse all of.
Right.
Kiss, Iron Maiden, Slayer, Pantera, Metallica, all those. That's what writes "Thank you, Satan" on the back.
Sure.
So we're doing good right now. So yeah, send us some shirts. Thank you guys so much. We couldn't be able to do anything we do without the energy of that, the Iron Belt of America. And yeah, it's just good. And again, for the listeners, remember, you guys, these guys aren't just sitting around talking about like Brittany Fox anymore. Sometimes they'll just talk about, why is China such a dick country? And these guys will tell you why.
Right.
It's totally good. Or they might talk about our next president, Donald Trump.
Right.
And I'm like world's most liberal conservative. Or, I'm world's most, I could be world's most conservative liberal. Kind of like, for instance, I let the gay people get married, but September 12th would have been goodbye to the Middle East Day, where we take our 60,000 nuclear weapons and just drop that ordinance. All of it. All the nuclear weapons, the staplers, anything attached to our whole nuclear weapons program. It's dangerous. We shouldn't have it. It's unstable. And just dump it on those fucking camel jockeys.
Right.
So just about had it with them. Just about had it. I don't like anyone that doesn't like Elvis is suspicious to me, or looking at a woman's calf. If you're not into those two, there's something so suspicious of that. It's like the Nazis were such whores. They wanted hot chicks. They stole booze. They smoked cigars. They danced. They stole art. Like, really? You guys are worse than Nazis? Perspective? Where's my B-52? Just fire it up. I don't even need the B2 or the B1. Just give me the B-52. I'll just pee. And I think the greatest thing we can do as Americans is start filling up jugs with pee, and it'd be good for our environment. We don't even pee in the toilet anymore. Just fill the jugs, take B-52s to the Middle East, drop the urine ordinance in the plastic bottles, covering their little blankets and sheets and burkas that they're all covered in. 3 hours later, in that hot, humid environment, covered in human urine, filled with Kentucky Fried Chicken, I think they're going to fucking start behaving.
P-bombs, nice.
Just because that's it doesn't affect us. There wouldn't be radiation coming over here.
And plus, it's good
Everyone's
fertilizer.
Got plastic bottles. We're trying to be environmentally correct in the gray water thing and all that. Why can't we just B-52 all the 2 liters of urine we can to the Middle East? Maybe I should run for president.
Right. Or
I'm just, and I'm a liberal.
And you could be a Trump advisor, maybe.
I think he'd be like, wait a minute.
A cabinet advisor.
Yeah, he just asked me how much it costs. I'd be like, dude, I could soak those burkas and camel jockey blankets they're wearing, and their camel and their mustache is soaked, over-soaked in urine. Dude, $3 million. It's like the whole Afghanistan campaigns cost like $1 trillion. I will knock these bitches down with plastic bottles, a jet, and just, I have to pee, excuse me. No American should ever have to be embarrassed by going and using an open urinal again or a public bathroom.
That's right. Piss for your country.
Right. Imagine that bottle. It's like hot. It's plastic. It's 2,000 feet up. It just comes down. Just hits somebody in the clavicle. They're soaked. 2 hours later, they're just like, this is the worst. And let me tell you, just so I can give some weight to this, go pee in a cup, put it on your counter, and just leave it alone for 3 days. You'll be so like, what the fuck? Rotten piss is the worst. You'll be like, God, can I please have radiation? Rads. Rads don't smell anything. Radiation, I can't feel it. I can't smell it. I can't see it. Let's punish these bitches. Nuclear weapons, next step, plastic urinal bombs.
Nice.
77 million gallons of urine. And then when they bitch about it, go, you know what? Really? You're going to bitch about this now? You guys are so stupid. You go into your own uncle's wedding. You don't even know if Cousin Haji's there, and you blow yourself up.
Right.
Here's a big bottle of pee. It's over. Like, I guarantee, I'm outside looking at a full moon right now. It's yellowish. So I think that shows the kind of what we can cover. But yeah, I just think everyone that can hear my voice right now, like Heavy Metal Television on Facebook, just like it, even though it's a farce, and start filling any receptacle in urine. Give it to your local congressman or senator. Middle East crisis is solved, idiots.
Nice.
Thank you.
Eric,
I'm sorry.
Eric,
so sorry I went off on that.
Running on the P-bomb platform.
I'm fair.
Firm but fair.
I hate being peed on.
Right.
Especially if I can't clean it off, or if I'm outside in the desert, covered in a blanket, and I can't decide which chicks are hot or not. That could be somebody's grandma. Hey, good-looking blanket.
Right.
You want to go to Arby's with me? You got a cool-looking blanket on you.
Nice.
It's like, fuck you. Or just, I think I'm becoming Chris Aiken right now, but just fuck you. Why?
I'm picturing this in my head. I'm like, yeah.
How is this not a Time magazine story? It changes everything. Quit fucking around, or we're dropping the urine.
Right.
And what are they going to be like? Fuck you, America. Die, America. Okay, while you're yelling die, America, we're peeing in your mouth. Fuck. And they're all pissed and jealous. Why are they pissed and jealous? Why around this? Because not one of those motherfucking countries has a roller coaster. If we just called up NASA or Disney and said, would you put a roller coaster in each one of their big towns over a population of 1 million people? And then like, well, we tried that, but their blanket kept flying off. We couldn't make a roller coaster work because the burqa would fly off. Well, no shit. I got to take a piss.
Right.
Just pee. No roller coaster in your country? You call yourself a developed nation? Real good. I got a call in the Trump Tower. So I'm sure. They'll probably have me picked up by copter.
Excellent.
In 2 hours. And we can just start filling receptacles. Like anything. Pizza boxes, old water bottles, troughs, just anything. BMWs. Just fill them with urine and drop them on these fucks. Any person ever in Washington that said Saudi Arabia is our ally. Really? They are now because I have to piss.
Nice.
It's uncomfortable, so I'd like to pee right now.
Right.
Oh, that burqa looks good. Don't know who's in there. Who cares? Psh. There could be guys in those burqas. Can you imagine grabbing a boob and there's no boob and it's some other guy and you don't even know what the fuck? They're fucked. It's like, I like everything. I used to draw the line at Nazis. Now I'm like, Nazis were cool. They drank, they had whores, they had art. I don't like Elvis and I don't like women's calves. And I hate America. How are they still existing? I asked the chief architect of the Pentagon, sir, could we wipe them out this weekend? Yes, we could. Why don't we do it? Oh, well, you know, the politics and half the people are afraid. And let's just do it. China and Russia will get over it. Hey, they peed on them. Let's try to get along. Well, they'll get over it. Pee the fuck out of fucking the Middle East. That's our new strategy. We don't need to feel bad. There's no question of right and wrong. There's no politics. It's like raining pee until you fucking mature. And we make this government number, 1-800-MATURE, so any of them could call it and go, and then we're done with that. We put that campaign on the NRA.
Well, maybe you could get Slayer to rewrite the words to raining blood to raining pee.
They didn't get it. They were just laughing.
Raining pee from a lacerated sky.
They're like, Braverman, you're a funny guy. Ha, 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 ha. I'm like, no, this isn't a joke right now. There's no joke here. This isn't a joke. I know you guys have been laughing for 10 hours. The weed's gone. The bottle's empty. This isn't a joke. Let's fucking piss on these fuckers. Hot, stinging, not stinking, stinging like a bee. Hot, stinging urine. Thank you. That's our delivery. We don't need nuclear submarines. We don't need fighter jets. We just need some big planes, bombers, commercial planes, whatever that we can hook up opening to or a tube, and think of all the urine. And then we could use hamster urine. We could use our pet's urine. Hamster urine, dog urine, cat urine, just anything. Am I old-fashioned? Is that what it is?
I think you're very innovative, Eric.
Are you guys taking calls? Or you don't do that anymore?
No, we could, but I would have to have you on a different line, so I didn't.
All right, good. Let's not do that. Well, I just before I left, after all we've said tonight, and I think we've all learned a lot, I was going to see if one Anthrax fan would call in and challenge me before their house got soaked.
Right.
Just, hey, is it raining out? No, but there's a big plane with lemonade coming out of it.
Right.
And what are those, brownies? No. Lemonade and brownie delivery for Middle East. Right. Or Anthrax fans.
Sure. Well,
I'm sorry.
Well,
the Anthrax thing's a joke. I'm kidding. The Middle East thing was totally serious.
Sure.
All right, so thank you guys. Just anybody, if you would like to be a video host for heavy metal television, you can send in a clip of yourself introducing videos or doing something in your masturbatorium or whatever you might do. You send it to 411. How easy is that? 411 at Heavy Metal Television. So you could be a video host. You could win. You could kind of be like Arnell from Journey, We just see a video of you and you're in the jungle. And then we're like, all right, cool. I'll pay you $10 an hour to sing Don't Stop Believing. And he's like, I'm a millionaire. So, could happen. Somebody wants to be a video host, and they're not in Arizona. We don't discriminate. Send a clip into 411, and if I have to get you into concerts wherever you are in Manila, and I don't need to worry about the Middle East, because they don't have concerts except Dubai, which will be part of the whole pee and nuclear thing. It's going down.
Right.
You're not going to, just because you had Testament and Dawkins and Megadeth and Metallica and Iron Maiden, you still don't get a pass. So go ahead and get some sponges or some brownies, because here comes the urine.
Nice.
And it probably won't even help, because we're so many Americans and we drink so much. And again, we have the pets. It could never end. There will never be a drought. Never be a drought. Never be like, oh, California's going through a drought. Well, funny, the Middle East has had steady urine flow for 27 years now. So I'm going to go get on that. I'm actually going to retire, I think, from the metal industry Monday morning and just start getting empties.
Nice.
Empty cups, boxes, hefty bags. Never using the toilet again. Thank you guys. You guys have done it again.
All right. Well, Eric, I think the only appropriate song to end your segment here would be "Shoot to Thrill."
Oh my God, that's so weird. That's the song that I had a young girl do the first, abortion I was involved in with. That's so weird. We were in high school. I remember sitting in front of the Planned Parenthood going, shoot to thrill, pay to kill, get rid of this baby so we could get our pants down some more. Oh, hey. And that's just, wow. It's almost like you're like a Penn and Teller of interviewers, you two guys.
Yeah.
At the end, you always do a magic trick.
That's what we do.
Wow. I'm going to go listen to Shoot to Thrill live. And also something to look for on Heavy Metal Television, we're going to have the Number of the Beast show, where we just play different versions of Number of the Beast over 30 years and then have them talking about it. That's our next show that's coming up. I think it's going to be a good show. It's going to be on every Sunday at midnight.
Excellent. So
we're going to kick off our weeks with the Number of the Beast show.
Sure.
So Shoot to Thrill. Thank you, Classic Metal Show. You let me know when you need me. I'll let you know when I need you. I'll be looking for your package.
Okay.
And thank you, Cleveland and Chicago.
All right. All right, Eric. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right. Thank you. And Chris, you're welcome. I think I made you laugh a good 25 times. It's all good for your therapy, for your next book.
There we go.
One quote. When you write your next book, you just give me one quote in the whole book.
Sure.
Or that little bit on the back cover where it's like, this author has a total grasp of the understanding that if you have a 2-liter and you have to pee, you could end your world crisis problems.
Eric, I got another book that'll be done by the end of the year. I'll consult with you on it.
Can you tell us what you're writing about?
Yeah, about me getting burned up in a fire.
Oh my God, that's the one I want to be part of.
Right.
That's the good one.
And it'll feature the Dawkins soundtrack of Into the Fire.
Oh my God.
And Burning Like a Flame.
Burning Like a Flame.
Oh, Burning Like a Flame, Into the Fire, When Heaven Comes Down, Dream Warriors, they all fit. Paris is Burning.
Right. Chris is burning.
Come on, guys. I just love the fact that you might be able to get me a station ID from Don Dawkins sometime. Could be next month, could be 5 years from now, but I think you can do it. You're watching Heavy Metal Television. They actually play Dawkins, and they don't play a lot of our contemporary bands, so that means we're more awesome than them.
That's right.
Which is true. You can tell your friend that. You might make them chuckle. We don't play a lot of bullshit bands from that time, but we definitely play Dawkins. It's just good.
Nice. Excellent.
They were good. I love when they rode around the truck in L.A. I love that video. So thank you, guys. Call me when you need me, and send me some shirts. And the fans, if you need me, I'm available. I don't have a job. Thank you.
All right. We'll see you, Eric.
Good night.